Hello, everyone. Crystal Latch here. Hope you're all having an amazing, amazing day. So, I wanted to hop on here and talk a little bit about um, reasons why entrepreneurs give up, guys. Okay, so let me start by saying I am a mom of three, I'm a wife. I've been online for almost 2 years now, really. So, my reason for starting this originally was I felt such a huge difference when I actually started. Um, I started originally with this one company that I'm still with, I absolutely love. Um, but using their products and being able to share that with people made me feel so good, and I realized my whole life I've depended on somebody else. You know, um, I've always had a very strong will. I've always been very strong minded. I've always known what I want. I've always been a problem solver. But the fact is, I've always really, um, financially, I've kind of always depended on other people. I was raised that the wife should stay home and take care of the kids in the house, and the husband should go out and provide financially. And for most of my life, that's kind of how it's been. And when I realized that I I can be independent myself. I can show my daughters and my sons how to do something outside of the box. I can provide a solution to so many people by not only allowing them to feel better about themselves, but to have so much more in life than what just the normal 9 to 5 can provide. Um, I want to show my kids there's more. That is my ultimate reason why. You know, I don't want to have to depend on anyone else. I don't want my kids to have to depend on anyone else. They should not. I just got off of welfare, well, like 2 years ago. So, really, ever since, my husband's got a great paying job, I, really bossed up my life. I've been off welfare for the first time ever. 2 years ago, I got off. So, that's just like, been about a year and a half, maybe. No, about a year and a half I've been off. But to accomplish that, guys, I'm 39 years old. I just turned 39, and I don't care. I don't care who knows my age because I'm proud of what I went through. I'm proud of where I'm at now, and I'm proud of where I'm going. Um, so that's just kind of my reasons why I've continued to stay on my path, why I started. You know, there's so much more that you guys can have, that we all can have, if we just think outside the box and go for our goals. And a lot of people just don't realize the power they have within themselves. So now there's a downside, guys. There's a downside. Entrepreneurship is not easy. Okay, so I've taken some notes here about all this because I forget things. I forget what I want to say, and I get all combobulated in my head. So I did take some notes if you hear some rustling around. But guys, entrepreneurship, it takes passion, it takes courage, and it takes insane commitment. You're going to have ups and downs, guys. You're going to have times where things work and times where things don't. You're going to have times where you feel like just giving up. But what you have to remember is why you started. You have to remind yourself of that daily sometimes. Get yourself in that right state of mind and stay there. And don't let nothing, get in there and discourage that no matter what. I'm going to go on to tell you guys, I just want people to keep their passion, you know? Remind yourself daily, ask yourself these questions. What is your passion? Do you want to leave behind a legacy for your family? Do you want them to not have to worry about things in life? Entrepreneurs, we have a real chance of making an impact in the world. We have a real chance of changing people's lives. Um, so, what I found to be true, 5 reasons people give up or quit on their entrepreneurship, why they may give up too soon or why they just might call it quits altogether. Um, one, your why is just not strong enough. Okay. Why did you start, guys? If it was just purely because of money, step back from that. Step back from that. And why? Why is that money so important to you? You know, I've had to rebuild several times. Like I said, I've been on welfare for most of my life, and I've had to depend on others for most of my life. To have that financial stability for me would be absolutely life changing, you know, and it really is amazing to see your efforts, you know, climbing you can see yourself as an entrepreneur, you can see yourself getting to that point, and sometimes it's not as quick as we want it to be. Um, but you have to remember your why. You have to, like I said, remind yourself of that daily. Remind yourself um, why you keep doing this. What is my purpose? Tell yourself that. Get on every day. I listen to motivational speaking. I watch some kind of YouTube. I read some kind of devotional. I do something that's going to keep me in that right state of mind, to keep my mind healthy. Because if we're not healthy inside, if we don't know what we want and who we are, how are we supposed to help others? Right? So get your mind right, guys, and keep it right. Remember your whys. Do a vision board. I have vision boards up. I have 2 of them. Do that, something you can see every day. If it's your kids, just every time you see them in the morning, just, it's for you guys. That's what it's for. So make your whys strong enough. Remember it. Don't just make it about money. Step back and really internalize and think about what it is. 2, you're in an unsupportive environment. Guys, get rid of it. Get rid of it. And if for some reason you can't, I have a very strong support system on mine, and my husband's very supportive, but he's gone all the time, and I don't really have anybody in my outside circle. Um, the place that I live is a very negative kind of atmosphere, um, small town, so it's just there's a lot of talking about people and just negativity, you know, in the air. So I really have to constantly be putting on that armor, that armor of faith, that armor of courage to just know what is my why. Why do I keep doing this? And again, it goes back to keeping that mindset. Keeping yourself in a good frame of mind. It's very important. And if you are able to get away from those people, places, or things, do it as soon as possible, guys, because it's going to change things for the better. And why keep waiting? If you have a purpose, if you have a goal in life, why keep putting it off? Clean up the garbage, guys. Clean it up. Take it out. So that is 2. Number 3, this is not enough money for your projects, guys. Not enough money. We've all been there. I'm sure some of you are still there. It's okay. I get in that funk sometimes too. They're just saying that it takes money to make money. But don't let the money that you have to invest stop you, guys. There are countless stories of entrepreneurs becoming, very successful, making 6, 7 figures, uh, because of their passion, guys, not because of their pockets. Okay, so don't let um, your money situation, your circumstances, don't let it stop you, guys. Okay, because I'm telling you, people are watching. If you keep going and you don't stop, you're not going to fail, guys. You only fail when you quit. Okay, and your self Worth is not your net worth. Remember that too. Okay, it's very important. Um, just because you don't have a lot of money to invest in advertisements, this or that, I guarantee you probably have a lot of value to provide to somebody. You may not think that your story is important or your knowledge is very useful, but someone is going to be able to take from that and they're going to appreciate it. And if one person is going to take from it, two people and three people, you don't know how many people you're going to impact by just providing value, by just getting yourself out there on a daily. You know, what's it matter? What's it matter how much money you have right now? Okay. You keep providing value, that money is going to come. Okay. You keep helping people, that money is going to come. And that brings me to a number 4 of why entrepreneurs quit too soon. Things are moving too slowly, guys. We've all been there too, right? Guess what? A Rome was not built in a day. It takes 3 times as long to make a Bugatti as it does, a Toyota. So, I mean, come on, we want to be successful. We want to make an impact. We want to build ourselves and our business as well as others. Um, so, it's going to take time. It's going to take time, guys. So, be patient with yourself. There's going to be delays. There's going to be things that you cannot avoid. Um, but if you plan that, if you kind of just know, okay, there's going to be things I'm going to fail. This is a learning curve. You know, it's just like anything. You're driving, riding a bike, working out, anything you do, guys. The more you do it, the better you get at it, right? So that's the same thing with entrepreneurship, teaching people, making your ads, making websites, making designs, whatever it is that you do or you're passionate about, it's going to take, learning the right way of doing it. So have patience with yourself, okay, guys, because it's going to make a world of difference. It's going to help you stick to it if you just factor in those learning curves, okay? Number 5, your project fails altogether. Your business just flops. What do you do then? What do you do? It's a big one, guys, right? But as I'm making these notes and I'm going through all these things, there's something that I really realize here that, I want to read what I wrote. If you think failing on something is failing at life and therefore you give up, that in itself is actually failing. Like I was just saying earlier, guys, you can't fail if you don't quit. You know, you can take that driver's test 2 times and fail, but if you don't quit, if you don't let that failure and that discouragement and that anxiety and that worry and that panic, whatever it is building up inside you, if you don't let that stop you, that's going to make you 10 times stronger. And I guarantee you that third, fourth, fifth time you taken that test, you're going to kick ass on it because you've practiced it. You've learned what not to do at that point, right? It's just like anything in life. So another thing, guys, I want to let you know is when you're able to turn that around and turn that negative or that failure around into a positive, that's progress, you know. And there's another old saying, you know, progress, not perfection. I'm sure a lot of you folks know that saying. So, remember that. Remember that as you're doing it. And I just want to say, why you shouldn't give up, guys, is because how I feel about it, and this is going to be my advice to you as I end this video. Why you should not give up is because sit back and think and picture yourself 20 years from now. Are you going to be happy? Are you going to be happy clocking in to that business, being away from your family another 8 to 10 to 12 hours? and routinely going through the same thing day in and day out without having any kind of passion or anything to really show for it. Are you really helping people? Are you really doing what you love? Sit back and picture yourself 20 years from now. What's going to make you happy? Are you going to end up one of those old, excuse me, you're going to end up one of those old, grumpy people that just hate life because they've had to work, 40 years someplace that they really didn't enjoy, doing something they really didn't like? You're going to be one of those people. Why did you start to begin with? Why, guys? Remember it every day. Get your mindset for the day. And don't let nothing discourage you. Don't let your circumstances, don't let your family, don't let your friends, don't let anybody discourage you, because you know what? There's a whole network of online entrepreneurs, a whole network of people out there that have the same common goal as you do, guys. And we're all here to support each other. So just remember that you're not alone in your adventure, in your endeavors. Don't quit on yourself and don't quit on the people that are watching you, guys. All right. So that is my take on it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And hopefully, I will talk to you all later.